Hi, my name's Maddie Bomentry, and the topic I chose for my final project is food insecurity among Philadelphia's college students. So, just to start off, I would like to give a basic definition of what food security actually means. So, food insecurity is defined as the disruption of food intake or eating patterns because of a lack of money and other resources. And the problem that we are dealing with is food insecurity among college students. So, more than 40% of college students were food insecure in 2018, including nearly half of 2 year college students. So, obviously, this is a huge issue. If 40% of college students are being impacted by food insecurity, that's really a problem. And the reason why is because food insecurity can cause students to miss class, miss studying opportunities, and miss extracurricular activities. So, not having access to food that is affordable and nutritious is causing students to miss class and miss studying opportunities, which can really impact their grades, and miss extracurricular activities, which is gonna impact their social health. And both of those things are really important to a college student and can be detrimental if they're being missed or neglected. A survey of Philadelphia college students found that more than half at 2 year campuses and one third at 4 year universities reported difficulty attaining adequate food and secure housing. So, this is a situation that is obviously across the country, but more specifically, it is in Philadelphia. And it's a huge issue that we need to figure out because it's causing detrimental effects to college students within our own city. So, my student group's name is End Food Insecurity on Philly Campuses. I didn't want to pick anything too catchy or weird that people wouldn't understand, so I feel like this is a really clear and concise um, title for my student group. So the mission of our group is to raise awareness about food insecurity on college campuses in Philadelphia. So we're just trying to get the word out and help people understand that this is a huge problem that has negative effects on students and that we need to do something to change it. Our sponsors are hopefully Philadelphia colleges and charitable donations. The organizers of this group are students at different Philadelphia college campuses who are passionate about ending food insecurity. I think that there's a huge advantage to using students at these different colleges around Philly because they have a unique perspective, being the fact that they are students, going through college. So I think that they can relate to people who are experiencing food insecurity and they just have a unique view on how to solve this issue. And the future goals of this group are to establish food pantries on college campuses around Philadelphia. So that's really like one of the end goals besides eradicating food insecurity is just to establish food pantries so that we can provide these students who are food insecure with the resources to attain food. Um, yeah. So the first tool I decided to use is an infographic, and the main goal of this infographic is to condense information about food insecurity into one, concise sheet of paper or document, whatever you want to say. So this gives people an easier way to learn about food insecurity, and it can be posted in populated areas around college campuses, or it can be sent electronically. So the goals um, of this infographic within our student group would be for the students to either distribute it electronically or distribute it around campuses. So that would mean like a physical copy of the infographic being posted in, you know, dining halls, student centers, things like that, places where students are congregating more. Um, and then electronically, it can be posted on social media, it can be sent out through an email, it can be posted on any of the college's websites that students are on frequently. And this is just to spread information, and not only to college students, but to faculty, to parents, anything, just to raise the awareness. And again, the main goal is to raise awareness about food insecurity among college students. And I think that the advantages of an infographic is that it's more of a visual representation. It provides kind of just an easier way for people to understand the issue at hand. The second tool I decided to create is a survey. So, the main goal of this survey is to gain insight into how much food insecurity affects Philadelphia's college students. So, we want to distribute this survey through most likely a mass email from um, the college's, like higher up faculty or administration. So we want this to be sent to as many students as possible. And if that doesn't happen, then the students in our student group will be responsible for distributing it, whether that be through email to people they know, through social media campaigns, anything like that. The data collected from the survey will determine which schools need the most focus. So it'll collect a percentage of how many people at each school are food insecure, and it'll determine where we need to start and what needs the most time in the beginning of this project. The survey will also determine what demographics are most affected. So, this survey asks about age, it asks about the year in college, it asks if they're an in state or out of state student. Um, so, it'll determine, who is being affected by this problem and how can we help them. And that is the end of my presentation. This is my works cited, and that's all.